Welcome to episode 77 of the A Free Spirit Life podcast. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. This is Shannon, Kinney-Duh. I have something personal to share with you today, and the topic of this episode is when we're on the verge of shift, when we're on the verge of something big and great happening, when we are about to make big progress. Sometimes the universe will test us. Sometimes the people in our lives, their role is to test us because we're here to learn and to grow and to expand. And if we don't have that kind of tension or pressure or challenge, we don't really grow, we stay comfortable. But we tend to get to a place where we're just about to make big things happen, and something happens that derails us or makes us think we should quit. And that's what I want to talk about today. So, for years, I have been growing my business while raising my kids, while going through massive changes in life, while going through COVID, while learning how to do flexible and homeschool our kids, like all the things that, brings challenge in life, that brings opportunities for balance, has happened. I've lost my father the last couple of years. We go through a lot of ups and downs on our path in life. All of us do, because that is part of the path. And what I want to share is that there have been times where my intuition has been so strong, there is no way that I can ignore it. And I remember a time when, there's been a couple of ones that really stand out. One, I was living in Colorado. After I graduated from college, I moved there. I had a boyfriend there. I had just recently been a camp counselor. So I had some friends out there. I had to get a temp job for a while. I worked at a 24-hour diner. I did whatever I could. I moved out there with no car. Lived in not a great place, and then eventually moved to a really nice apartment in the mountains. Landed one of my favorite first-time jobs, which was working at a YWCA. They had a wonderful mission helping women. In fact, I started as their front desk administrative assistant. I moved up to their office manager, and then eventually I got to run their girls empowerment program. So it was really an amazing opportunity for really my first, in quotes, real job. And I lived there for a few years, about 3 years. My boyfriend was going to move across the country to Seattle, and it just did not feel right in my body, in my bones. I didn't want to be that far away from my family who lived in Kansas City. I decided to not go and take a break from that relationship. I needed to follow whatever this nudging was to get back to Kansas, to get back to my family, to take a break from that relationship. So he moved all the way across country. I stayed a little bit of time in Colorado to finish out my job, which I loved because I was on my own. I was living on my own. It was just a really fun time in my life. I moved back to my mom's house, and this was in my mid-20s. And I decided I was going to get a job wherever I could, but following my heart. I was going to look for something that really spoke to my heart and that wasn't just something that felt soul-crushing. And I ended up getting a job at this place called Kaleidoscope, and it was in Hallmark. Hallmark is the sorry, I did not know I was going to share this story today. So I'm like, what is coming out of my mouth? But this is what wants to be shared. So I Hallmark is based in Kansas City. And so they offer this beautiful, amazing, whimsical art studio free to the community. It's been a gift to enrich the creativity and imagination of kids for over 50 years. And I was fortunate enough to get a job back then. This was 20 plus years ago. And I loved many aspects of that job. It was so good for me. It was really a great experience. The best part of that job was finding my husband. And I think that that really was a big reason why I got that job. But there were many other reasons why that job in particular was important to me at that time of my life. A big part of it was I was healing some major creative wounds. I did not believe I was an artist at that time. I didn't believe I was really good at anything. I was really in seek and in search of who am I? What am I here for? What is this creative fire burning inside me? What is it supposed to do? I don't know what to do with this because I don't believe that I'm really good at anything. I can't see beyond that very limiting mindset, very limiting thought pattern. And around that same time, I learned that yoga really taught me this. I am not my thoughts. I am not the thoughts telling me that I'm not good at anything, that I'm not creative, that I'm not here for anything important. Whatever those limiting thoughts were at the time, we've all had those. We still have them. It's, part of the nature of our mind is to think, and is, part of the nature of our ego is to protect. And we learn dysfunctional and unhealthy protection mechanisms in our lives to keep us safe because we've been raised in an environment, in a world really, that is based on scarcity and is in survival mode. And so all of us, deep within us, understand at a core level what it feels like to have to survive to get by. And we have to do whatever it takes to get by. And man, that's a hard one, isn't it? And if this resonates with you, I want you to keep listening, because where we're going with this is in encouragement and an invitation and a support for the dreams that you're ready to put attention to, so that you show up for your life and you listen to your heart. So in listening to my heart back then, I felt very supported. I found a job. I found my husband. I started to heal my creative wounds because a big part of my job was enriching creativity. And I realized as adults were coming in with their kids that I was not the only adult who had creative wounds. Pretty much everyone I encountered had some type of creative wound, because we live in a culture that teaches us there are certain people who have talent and most of us do not. There are certain people that are good musicians, artists, movie makers, and we put them on pedestals. We worship them and we think that we aren't them. And that is a big shift that's happening right now. And I really do see that it's going to continue. This worship mentality, this what is that word? Hierarchical. I'm not making that word up this time. I just can't say it. That type of putting people above us and believing that they are better than us. That is a big thing that we're going to see shifting over the next few years, because we are waking up to the beautiful truth that we are all one, that we are all connected, that there is no better than, that we actually all have unique gifts, wisdom, talent to share with each other and with the world. And there is no one better talent. We all are a unique part of this amazing giant puzzle called life. But man, has it taken me a long time to believe in that. Self-doubt, regret, worry, anxiety, plugging into the 3D conditioning that wants to tell you you're not good enough on a daily basis, or feed you fear. All of those things are constructs. They're made up. That's not the true essence of who you are. So a free spirit life, or living and leading with love, waking up on your spiritual journey, is all about moving from survival to thriving, moving from this deep fear of not enoughness to harmony, open-hearted, unconditional love for yourself and for everyone you meet. So, after I got that job and I worked there a couple of years, I also fell in love with yoga, followed my intuition, and signed up for an amazing, intensive yoga certification program and became a hatha yoga teacher. I taught yoga all over Kansas City. Eventually, I just couldn't do both. So I asked if I could go down to part-time, and I worked part-time at Hallmark, part-time teaching yoga. Then we had our first baby, and once our baby was born, I knew again, deep in my bones, in my body, that I could not hand this little baby over to daycare every day. I needed to be with my baby. It was a calling. Everyone has a different calling, and I know there's no right way and right decision and right choice. Many women choose other choices, and that's beautiful and wonderful. For me, and on my path at that time, and now being 16 years past that, I see why I was called to do that at that moment. But in the midst of it, it felt so terrifying. How was I going to leave my job? How was I going to provide for my kids? How was any of this going to be possible? And both my husband and I were on a journey of healing some of our past money fears. And it brought up a lot of fears, let me tell you. So we did what any two Capricorn's eldest children would do. We came up with a strategy. We came up with a plan. We sold one car. We did all the things to make sure that we could, on paper, provide for our child while we transitioned me to stay home. I then started experimenting with my creative fire and created an online class for the first time. This was a long time ago. And that online class was all about self-discovery, and it was very well received. And I was excited and blown away at the opportunity to connect with women from all over the world through the internet in my art studio in my home. And actually at the time, I didn't have an art studio from my desk in an extra bedroom. We always have to start somewhere with our dreams, right? And we grow and evolve from there. I'm not going to say that it was easy. There were a lot of challenges back then to make it work. And I won't tell you all the details right now, but eventually we had another child and another child. Then we moved, and we've always been trying to figure out the juggle, right? The life hustle, if you will, how to make it work, especially financially. And there have been many times where I have cried, where I have felt like giving up, where I have had to ask for guidance, where I've had to do things that maybe weren't my favorite, whether it was taking on an extra job or not spending money on certain things or living very frugally. There have been lots of things that we've done over the years. The reason I'm sharing this with you right now, though, is we are going through big major shifts this next year and for the years to come, where we're being shaken up a little bit because the age of Aquarius, if you want to call it that, or moving into higher consciousness, the world is waking up to this notion that, wow, maybe we truly are a unique part of the puzzle. And wow, maybe I have authentic gifts to share too. And wow, maybe I don't have to worship and put all of those famous people on a pedestal, that maybe I can also share my gifts equally with the world and feel that we all have something to share and that we all have dreams that matter. And we're moving away, or being called to move away, from living in survival mode, paycheck to paycheck, making ends meet, those terms that can really feel restrictive and can feel like they put us in our place. We should just put our nose to the grindstone. We should work soul-crushing jobs, and we should just carry on because life is about survival. That is what the younger generations already know. They're like, no, I'm actually here to have a good life. I'm here to enjoy pleasure. I'm here to see the world. I'm here to share my talents. I'm here to make music, to make poetry, to write books. I'm here to commune with community. I'm here to take care of the earth. I'm here to be one with the trees. Like these younger generations, that's what they're here for. They are going to help carry this new age forward. But for those of us who are the trailblazers and the path makers, ooh, man, it either is bringing up a lot of fear in you, a lot of chaos. It's rocking your boat, your world, because it's like, oh my God, this is how I've always wanted to live, from my heart. I've always wanted to follow my heart and really nourish and nurture my dreams. And yeah, I'd love to quit my soul-crushing job. But how? That's not what I was taught you should do, right? So there is a fire within you. You can call it your creative fire. You can call it your inner light, your authentic light, your core, the true essence of who you are, your vital life force energy, the one of all that is within you, whatever it is that you want to call it, it's there. And your thoughts, your fears, your worries, your past, that's all energy. Those are experiences that are being called to be released right now. They're not who you are. You are not your limiting thoughts. You are not your past fearful, anxious feelings. The true essence knows that you are here to live and lead with love, that you have unique gifts. Some you've discovered and some you haven't yet. Some you are waking up to, and some you will continue to wake up to as the next months and years unfold. And how beautiful. We can look at it through the lens of survival and fear and say, oh my God, but it's unknown, it's scary, it's uncomfortable. I don't know. How am I going to survive? How are we going to feed our family? That's what the world wants you to do. And I'm talking like, the media and the news and the politicians and things that really are designed to keep us in our place. But what if you could look at that fear and flip it? Because anytime you have fear, you flip it to the other side, there's always great passion. There's excitement, there's curiosity, there's wonder. I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder where my life is unfolding next. What's going to be on this new page in my life story? You see the energy difference, right? Well, yesterday I was on the page of, oh my God, what are we going to do? Because we are now in a place again of making some major shifts. And it's bringing up fear. What's happening right now, and really pay attention to this in your own life, you might notice that old cycles are coming back up. So stuff that I'm talking about that happened 20 plus years ago, I'm recognizing, wow, this is still coming up. But what's happening now is it's coming up because it wants to be healed once and for all. It's bubbling up to the surface, and you have a choice right now. Are you going to stuff it, numb it, ignore it, or are you going to allow it to come? Are you going to feel it and then let it heal? And what I recognized yesterday with an encounter I had and what feelings it brought up for me is I realized I need to honor this anger that's coming up. I need to honor it. I need to release it. I need to talk about it. I need to cry. And that's what I did. I took the space that I needed to feel the anger, to not try to breathe it away even, to just be in it. And then I talked to a trusted loved one about it. And then I meditated and I got a good night's rest. And I had a lot of awakenings. I even had a really powerful dream with someone in my dream that literally told me what I want to tell you today. She said, believe in your dreams. Believe in yourself. You matter, and now is your time. Remember this. And I want you to remember this too, that even in the midst of the darkness, the challenge, the confusion, the fear, the worry, the major changes you're going through, the upheaval, it is here to help you heal, to help you grow, and to help you expand. This is your time. So maybe yesterday you were like me and you felt like, oh my God, I'm being derailed here. Should I just quit? Or maybe you felt that and now you're back on track. Maybe you've had to rebuild an entire new track. Maybe you're on a new path and you have no clue where it's going to take you. Instead of being swallowed up and consumed by anxiety, worry, and fear, can you for a moment flip it to the side of passion, wonder, curiosity? Can you let your heart lead the way? And what we're doing is we're letting this old stuff that's ready to be released once and for all so it doesn't recycle again. This is our karma. This is our karmic patterns, these cycles that we've been here living. We're ready to release and heal from them so we can open our hearts to more love, to more grace, to more beauty, to more dreams being fulfilled, to more possibilities, so we can truly enjoy the life we're here to live, be who we're here to be, and share that with others. So keep going. Your encouragement is to keep showing up. And when those feelings come up, whether it's anger, worry, regret, anxiety, allow it to bubble to the surface. Find the people in your life who are there to support you, encourage you, lean on your tools. Breathe, journal, get out in nature, reach out for help. Practice meditation. Ask to remember your dreams and write them in a dream journal. Drink more water. Go to bed earlier. Turn off the news. Watch only positive images. Listen to your favorite uplifting tunes. Do art. Play. Do things for fun. And I'll say it one more time, nature. Because trees, being with the trees, being around nature, because we are nature and nature already knows. Nature isn't overthinking their life. Nature is just living their life. Be in nature. Get those reminders that you are here to live your life. You are here to manifest your dreams. You are here to learn and grow and expand. And here's the other thing I want to share. There was a person in my life who triggered this yesterday in me. And for a moment I was angry, and I was angry at that person. And then I had to let the anger, I had to honor it, make space for it, and be angry. And then with space and time, and because I've practiced this a long time, it only took a night's sleep to see that that person, I actually have gratitude for the person I was mad at, because that person is helping me stand more in my power. That person is helping me show up. That person is helping me say, do my dreams really matter? Oh yeah, damn right they do. Yes, they do. And that person's helping me stand in my truth. That person is helping me shine my light. And this world has been historically about dimming people's light. And people who shine a little too bright, we want to put them in their place. And that's not living a free spirit life. That is not living in this new age of Aquarius. That is not opening our hearts to unconditional love. So if these words resonate with you, like, yeah, I'm ready to break free of survival mode. Yeah, I'm ready to stop worshiping all these people thinking they have something I don't have. Yeah, I have a dream that wants to be nourished and nurtured, and I'm afraid, but damn, I'm going to show up for my life, no matter what that means. Then I'm happy that these words have landed for you today, because your dreams do matter. Your true essence of who you are matters. Your gifts matter. Your life matters. And if you can flip things, really pay attention to how you see things, rather than think that people are out to get you or they are the ones to blame or be angry at. They are your greatest teachers. And so can you flip it and say, wow, what an opportunity for me to grow here. Wow, what an opportunity for me to step into my own power. I'm so grateful that I've even had this opportunity, because I am ready to show up in my life. I love myself enough that I'm going to show up every day. Whatever that means. Listen to your heart. Feel it in your bones. And since I shared a few stories from my past, it might be a good thing for you now to go back. What has been on repeat for you? What has been a cycle, a pattern? Has it been relationship issues? Has it been work? Has it been finding your life's passion and purpose? Has it been financial? What lessons have been on repeat for you that have been a pattern? What pattern are you ready to break? Because you know what? If you're listening to these words, you are the pattern breaker. You are breaking that pattern for your ancestral line. You are breaking that pattern for your past. You are breaking that pattern so that we can all do our job here. And I don't mean like our job as in our mission in life, our true life's purpose, to help be the change in the world that we want to see. It starts with you. If you want to be more loved and lovable, and you want to be feeling that love from others, you have to treat yourself with love and kindness, compassion. Treat yourself like a goddess. Treat yourself like a warrior of love and light. Treat yourself like a beautiful, love-filled being that is here to share your dreams and gifts and love with the world. Because that's who you are. You are love. You are light. You are power. You are powerful. So if these words speak to you today, notice the feelings that come up on this page of your book, your life story. And if you are caught in blaming or stuck in pointing fingers or needing to let these old or new feelings bubble up, you're healing. So take the next steps on your healing journey to support you. And trust your heart. Trust your intuition, trust your body. Your body knows. It's giving you signals and messages all the time. Trust your guides, your angels, the people around you. These are living angels, because we have living angels all around us giving us messages all the time. And then we have angels on the other side. So you're never alone, but your job is to pay attention to the signs and ask for the guidance that you need. I hope that these words resonate. I had no idea I was recording this show today. This is what needed to come out. So thank you so much for listening. If you want a spring energy reset, I have a few more days in March where I'm doing one-on-one Zoom sessions. I don't open those often. So if you are interested to learn more, go to my website, afreespiritlife.com. Check out that session. I also have an intuitive watercolor class coming towards the end of the month. I would love for you to join. That is also Zoom online. And then I have an online Patreon community where we talk about all things about life, our spiritual awakening, creativity, living our truth, following our hearts, being in our intuition, and doing it in community, supporting each other. And that is on the community link on my website as well. Be well, my friend. If you like the show and you know of someone who might benefit from hearing these words, please share it with them. And I will see you next time. Open your heart and your soul, follow. Take time to breathe, 'cause we know, we never know. Well, gather up all your brothers and sisters, have your mom tell your dad that you love him.